Guys, today we're gonna dive in one of the most talked about and misunderstood topics in the fitness game, train to failure. Is it necessary? Is it dangerous? Is it overkill? Short answer, no, you don't need to train to failure in order to see progress. But if you want to maximize gains, explosive growth, and stop wasting time in the gym, then yes, you definitely should. So in this video, I'm gonna break it down why training to failure works, when to use it, how to apply it safely, and why so many lifters screwed it up. Let's get into it. First thing first, what does training to failures even means? It means performing an exercise until you physically cannot complete another rep with proper form. I'm not talking about quitting because it burns. I'm not talking about stopping because it's hard. I'm talking about grinding it out. Veins popping, full body shaking reps, when the weights won't just move not even another inch. That is true muscle failure. Now here is where most people get it twisted. Some people think it's dangerous, some think that it's pointless, while others think they're hitting failure. But they stop the second they get a little pump or feel a burn. Let me be real with you. Most people have never truly reached failure. They stop at discomfort and not distraction. And that's exactly why a lot of people plateau. Let's talk science a little bit without boring you, I promise. Your muscle grow in response to one thing only, stress and effort. When you lift weights, you create little tears in your muscle fibers. After your body starts to repair those little tears in your fibers, making them bigger and stronger. Now here's the kicker. Your body recruits all your muscle fibers only when it's forced to do so. Usually when it's under extreme fatigue. That's when the deeper, stronger muscle fiber kicks in. Therefore, stopping short won't activate all your muscle fibers. Going to failure, on the other hand, will tell your body, hey, we need every bit of strength we got. And what happened? Your body responds by adapting to it, building more muscle, more power, and more size. So if you're leaving reps in the tank every time, you're leaving gains in the tank too. Let's say you're doing barbell curls. I pick up a weight that I can control first. Clean form, strict movement. Let's say I'm aiming around 10 reps, even though it doesn't really matter how many reps you do when you train to fail. Rep 1 to 6 most likely feels perfectly fine. Around 7 and the 8 reps, you start to really burn. Rep 9 is a grind. Rep 10, I can barely move it up. I'm shaking, I'm sweating, I'm locked in. Now I try for rep 11 and the bar doesn't even move. But I tried it anyway and boom, that's failure. The one last rep that I couldn't finish is where the real growth begins. And every rep that led up to it, that's what I pushed beyond my comfort zone and told my muscles, this ain't enough, let's level up.
Let's fucking go.
Did you train to failure in every single set of every workout? Yes, you could do that if you want to, and you will get great result, especially if you're using a method like high intensity training. The trick will always be to have enough rest in between your workouts so you can recover from the previous one. However, if you train constantly every day, you're gonna end up overtraining and fry your nervous system and end up walking around like a zombie. Instead, you should use training to failure strategically. Especially if you don't want to train constantly to failure, here is what I recommend you could do. You can use failure on your last set of the movements, use less weight when you're lifting, something that you can control, especially on your compound movements, since it's risky to lift too heavy with this type of training. It can lead to injuries or it can cause problems even more severe.
My back. Oh, my back.
And of course, if you're not following a high intensity training, if you want to go to failure sometimes, if you want to push yourself and your body, you will not need to go to failure constantly. Also, if you're doing high volume workouts, you don't need to go to failure in every single set. But if you're running a low volume, high intensity, failure is your best friend. You always have to balance it out.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
here is the bonus that no one talks about. When you train to failure, even with a fewer sets, your workout becomes way more efficient. You can cut down so much time in the gym, keep your intensity sky high, and get better results. No more 2 hours grinding session just going through the motions.
Secrets. A lot of people have probably heard of this, but it's basically an 8-hour arm workout.
Instead, you're walking in with purpose, living with the pump, and growing like a beast. It's like what Arnold said once, one of the greatest lifter ever.
In your muscles and aching, and just then go on and go on and then go on. And this last 2 or 3 or 4 repetitions, that's what makes actually the muscle then grow. And that divides then one from a champion and one from not being a champion. If you can go through this pain barrier, you make it to be a champion. If you can't go through, forget it. And that's what most people lack, is on this having the guts.
Same with lifting, only the hard reps count. So stop counting the easy one. That's why I said earlier that you don't even need to count your reps if you don't want to, since it's not about how many reps you do, but it's all about how much effort you put in each rep that will lead you to failure, to true failure. It's not about the weights, it's not about the reps, it's about the intensity, and bring yourself past that point of burning to reach true failure. Alright, now, quick PSI. Train to failure doesn't mean throwing out the window proper form. Remember, sloppy reps equal injuries. Control and focus failures equal growth. So, choose a way that you can manage and control, keep your form clean, push until you cannot do not even one rep without breaking proper form. And don't ego lift. We're here to grow, not to impress. You can apply this technique to dumbbells, machine, cables, bars, it doesn't matter. Even to body weight movement like push-ups. Just make sure you're pushing to the edge while staying safe.
Okay.
So here's the deal, guys. If you're serious to build muscles, real, jaw-dropping, sleeve tearing, you gotta stop lift like a robot. Put in the effort, push to failure, and make every rep count. And if you are not sure how to structure this, or how safely you can introduce failure to your routine without the risk of overtraining, check the link down in the description and grab my free guide that shows exactly how to reach failure for strength, size, and results. But now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever actually trained to failure? Did you know that different when you tried it? Or do you think it's just a gym bro hype? Drop a comment below and let me know. Hey, if you got value from this video, smash that like button, subscribe, and share this video to someone that needs to really quit off repping their workouts. Stay strong, train smart, and I will see you guys on the next one. Ciao!